What do you think George A. Romero would say or do or write in times of now? What's up, everybody, all my peeps and creeps and my boys and ghouls and my freaks and geeks? This is your boy, Laura Graves. You guys, before I get into this video, first of all, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and second of all, you won't believe what I just found in my local cemetery. What the hell is that? Seriously, what is that? I think it's a possum.
This is the place where the dead speak.
That there are certain horror monsters that are correlated with the elements. So, most of the die-hard horror fanatics have noticed that there are certain monsters and bad guys and killers and whatnot in the horror genre who are associated with certain elements of nature. One of them being, and I'm sorry, I've got an itch on my nose here. Jason Voorhees. All right, Friday the 13th. Every time this gigantic being comes around to get rid of the kids staying on his property because of what happened to him when he was a little kid, which I get Mrs. Voorhees, I really do. I get that whole, you killed my kid because you weren't paying attention, because you're busy being a premarital teenager or a promiscuous teenager or whatnot. But then in the other films, he comes back. But he doesn't come back as this gnarled looking kid. He's a full grown, over 6 foot, gigantic force of nature. This is why Jason Voorhees himself is not the actual child that passed. This is an actual force of nature, a force of possible demonic creature, which in one of the films, he can possess other people, and then they become, I think it was Jason Goes to Hell or something like that. I think it was the fourth or something. I'm not a huge Friday the 13th fan, to be honest with you. I like the first and the second one, and I like the remake where they combined the first and the second one, so to speak. But all the other ones, the only other one outside of the entire universe that I actually liked was the Freddy vs. Jason. Mainly because that was about two of them going at it and not about what was really going on behind the story. Voorhees is a force of nature because every time that he comes around, there's a storm brewing. You can see the clouds roll in, thunder kicks in, lightning starts to strike up, and it's kind of a way of a physical metamorphosis of Mother Nature saying, look, you're not being responsible, you're not paying attention, this is your punishment. Now, when I say punishment, a lot of people can actually, you can tie this into however you want to be honest with you. You can even say that it has to do with religion. In my opinion, it doesn't. They're forces. Second, good Lord. The second one would be Freddy Krueger. Now, we all know that Freddy Krueger himself was a very bad man, that he was a predator towards young kids, especially young little girls. But the fact that he was burned made him an element of fire. Just like Jason is an element of water, which is why there are rainstorms that happen when he's around. Freddy being a demonic being himself is why he can enter people, enter their minds and manipulate their dreams into their worst nightmares. And which is why, he's a fear demon, basically, but he is also an element of fire. Next one, which is John Carpenter's Halloween with Michael Myers. Now, again, I'm not a huge fan of most of the films that are associated with it. I liked the original. I liked the second one. I liked H2O. And to be fair, I saw the new remake, and yeah, it did cut everything else out. But I still liked it. I liked the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis was like, this thing is back. But they made him into an actual person who escapes and all this other stuff. John Carpenter himself said that this was a force of nature being. This was a physical form of true evil. You can call this the devil, you can call this, a demon, you can call this death. It doesn't matter. This is a force of pure evil. This thing that is inside this kid that causes him to do whatever he does, that in some of the other films makes him an actual being, a person, wasn't the true intention. He was just, there's this thing that possesses this kid, and as he grows up, he escapes from a mental asylum, still possessed with this thing. And I say thing because it doesn't portray characteristics of an actual demon, although he can be a demon. But again, he is also another force of nature. If you notice that either there's a storm brewing, or there's chaos that ensues, or if you look back in the first film, the original, 1970s film, you can see the wind being a foreboding element that, Michael himself, the demonic embodiment of Michael, is nearby. And then I kind of had a thought along with this process here is that Ghostface from the Scream series is kind of like an enchanted figure. It's not a true thing until the killers themselves put on the costume, which is why there are theories and rumors that it has supernatural abilities to make them superhuman, which is why they can be stabbed, shot, and all these other things, and true damage doesn't happen until after the costume comes off. That is a possibility, that this is an enchanted conduit It could be a demonic, it could be another form of pure evil. But again, that's just a theory. It's not, obviously it's not set in stone or anything like that. But it's an interesting thought nonetheless. So I was walking over here in this direction, and I was walking between different plots, checking things out, because some people do some cool stuff. It's something scratched my side. And to be honest, it still hurts. I feel like I'm not sure if I've been scratched or if I've been stung by something. So you guys see I have on a semi-thick jacket. I don't know what that's about, but that hurt. And you guys, oh my god. Hold on a second. If you guys are squeamish with this stuff, look away.